Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. This is Ainaya Allah with the beloved truth. And today's lesson is just a sentiment towards Nehemiah. As I was reading, I kind of realized that, during the time that they were building the temple, they went through a lot of adversity, you know, um, just, not with some, not just with some of our people, the head, the heads of our people, but as you read, further into Nehemiah, they had problems with the other nations, and regardless of the problems and regardless of the accusations brought against them, they they had a mind to work as the scripture says. They had, you know, they had a mind to keep building, the wall, because there's the scripture say it was the walls, they had breaches, it wasn't fully, it wasn't fully built. Most of the wall, that was encamped around Jerusalem was burnt down. It was rubbish, as the scriptures say. But and through it all, they didn't have feeble hands. They didn't have, a weak mind. They kept building, man. And that's just a sentiment to, what basically what is similar to what we have to do in the truth, because ultimately our goal is to usher in the kingdom of heaven, and our mind is toward the kingdom of heaven. Because we already said to hell with America and its ways, and it's all the aspirations that this place puts on people to believe in, and all the false hopes, man. Our people haven't prospered in this society, a majority of them, and they never will, And the main goal of our teaching is what? So we can obtain mercy, because we know none of us is perfect, And as a matter of fact, all of us, we can't be perfect. Um, we can only be refined to the point of perfection, and that's why we go through most of the tribulations that we go through. But furthermore, the kingdom, our hope and our hope is in the kingdom. Our hope is in being made perfect and in doing the law righteously, man, and fulfilling the promise, the covenant that the Yahweh had made unto us, man, making us perfect, and He's doing that through His Son, and us going out here and bearing this cross of His, man, going through the same afflictions, so we can reach the next level, which is ultimately Him coming back and Him establishing His kingdom. So I'm gonna read. I'm gonna try not to be lengthy, and but I'm gonna read Nehemiah 2:1 through 5, and then I'm gonna read the account Nehemiah 4 when they had to build with swords in their hands, man. Just try to hit the points, and just compare and contrast certain scriptures, certain precepts to make the point. And with that, I'll start. This is Nehemiah 1 and 2. It said, I mean 2 and 1. It says, and it came to pass in the month of Nisan, in the 20th year, Artaxerxes, the king, that wine was before him, and I took up the wine and gave it unto him. Now I had not been before time sad in his presence. Wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid. Okay. It says, then I was very sore afraid. Okay. And it's like it says, wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid, and said unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad when the city, the place of my fathers' sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? Okay, and pretty much we hold the same that same sentiment. We hold the same grief within ourselves because we see our people destroyed as well. We see our people suffering. Because the people represents the place. And we see our people in rubbish. We see our people destroyed for lack of knowledge. And understanding. Because a lot of our people can't even comprehend the Most High's ways. You know. So my next scripture is Luke 19 because Yahushua felt the same way. You know. All right. Let's see. Luke 19 and 41. It says, and when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it, saying, if thou hast known, even thou, at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace. And that was the kingdom of heaven he was referring to. Because peace, when you go into it, is shalom. And when you go into shalom, the Hebrew, it really means to restore, the restoration. The restoration of what? The nation of Israel as a people, okay? As a nation, okay? It says, but now they are hid from thine eyes, and it's hid from our people's eyes because they can't see as Nehemiah saw, you know. They can't see as Yahweh Shai seen. They weep for the nation for what, man? Because we all destroyed, and our sole goal is to what? To build our people back up, the elect, first, and that's throwing away the society's uh this belief set that is imposed on us. It's throwing away how they taught us how to think, you know, and ushering in what Yahweh Shai, his ways, his word, with the right understanding, you know. But this is back in Nehemiah chapter 2, verses 4. It says, the king said unto me, for what dost thou make request? So I prayed to the Most High of heaven, to God of heaven. Okay, and see, notice how Nehemiah went straight to the source. He sought counsel from the Most High. And in verse 5, it says, and I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant have found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah, unto the city of my father's sepulchres, that I may build it. All right. So, as you get further into the story, man, he was allowed to go back to you know to his homeland, to our homeland, Judah, actually Jerusalem, and to start building. And what he built was the wall, you know, and but he had to actually get papers from the king, or letters from the king, so he can take up this task, because like we are now, they were under the rule of another nation, you know and it's just, I'm gonna show you some of the things that happen, and just use your imagination. You gotta visualize it. Nehemiah 4:1, it says, but it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren in the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? All right. Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall break down their stone wall. And in this case, it was complete humor to these other nations. Much so now, you know, as we do the work, as we go out there and teach, and as we bring down the strongholds or cast down these strongholds set up by Esau, to help usher in the kingdom of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, um, we're being laughed at, you know. Esau knows Esau knows whenever we set some up. Um, you know, it's a joke. Because we got all these other things that hinder us, mainly our own people, and he knows that. He knows that these fools can't even, basically, stand together, let alone try to build something. You know, and they think that this is going to come to naught, but what they don't understand is that Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you know, they're standing with us. This thing that we're doing is more so is being backed, it's being funded by the Most High, so to speak. So verse 3 it says, oh, it's like verse 4. Here it says, "Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. And cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out." It says, from before thee, for they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had mind to work. All right. So basically, hey man, our people got together, and their spirits, their all the intentions was toward building the wall. You know, it says, but verse 7, but it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God and set a watch against them day and night because of them. Okay. And Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversary said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them and slay them and cause the work to cease. And pretty much that's what we have, against us now. And this is just a sentiment. This is just a time in history where we were persecuted, and where, when you read more into it, we even lost sleep because of the fear of the other nations coming against us and trying to slay us while we built the temple. You know, so it's the same. It's the same thing now. That we have to watch. We have to be circumspect. We have to be vigilant. You know, we have to be diligent. Because this is the type of spirit that they're coming in. Not just the other nations. We have our own people against us as well. So. And it says, verse 12, and it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return, unto us they will be upon you. You see? So that alone spreaded fear, man. It says, therefore set I in the tower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, and your daughters, and your wives, and your houses, much like today. Because they might think Great Millstone, oh, they hate black women, and they hate children and all of this. Those are lies, man. Because really, a lot of the things that we say haven't been clarified to them. And pretty much, that's what we fight for. And not only we fight for the brethren first, because we're all in the work, we're the ones that's in the heat of the battle, we're at the front lines, but we also pray for who? Our families, our wives, our children, our mothers, our fathers. Ain't nothing against the scriptures on that. But we're not gonna hold anybody's hands that we know is gonna be reprobates, or that are reprobates, you know. But that's the spirit that we're in now. It says, and it came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. It says, and it came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears and the shields and the bows and the haber, habergeons, habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. Okay, so and much like it says verse 17, they which built on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that laid it, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon, you know. So they were on pins and needles, because of the fact that, hey, the other nations wanted to bring us down, you know. And how much so now, But like I said, this lesson is about, you know, just a point in history, man, where they had a mind to want to do the work, and they did it with by all means, whether they have to fight and work at the same time, you know. So it's a sentiment to now, though, man. So I got another precept, and then I'm gonna close out. Um, so Joshua 1:6 is his, be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. I have commanded thee. I have not commanded, Salaki. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid. And that's the point, brothers. Be not afraid. Neither be thou dismayed. Okay, meaning troubled. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. All right. And we have the same. We should have the same thing in mind, man. You know, um, we know the weapons of our warfare aren't carnal, you know, but mighty through pulling down of strongholds. Our job is to do the work. You know, we got the Bible in one hand. Uh, we're spiritually building that wall, and our only protection is the scriptures. And that's why it says, "Thou shalt," and then shalt thou. Thy slack. It says, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So with that, I'm gonna just close out. Give all praise to Yahweh Shemi Shai, and double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Um, this has been another one with Anaya Allah, the beloved truth. Hey, brothers, you know, just be, just be aware, um, be aware of the times that we live in, and like the scriptures say, man, only be strong, man. Be only of a good courage, man. Hey, shalom.